Do you want to be here? Neither do we. That's why we call it the obligatory. We talk about farts, food, Myke's kids, $5,000 beds, girls, comedy, and Kermit's butthole. Yeah, maybe the facts aren't right, but here's the obligatory podcast with Kermit and Myke.
What's going on? It's the obligatory podcast with Kermit and Myke, episode 72.
72.
That's right. And as always, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You can see the videos of us. Listen to us on Podbean, iTunes, and Spotify. And if you want to hear the podcast before everyone else, you could join us on Patreon. Just keyword obligatory podcast I think you just say obligatory podcast and you'll find us. Mm-hmm. Either way, what's up? We took a week off and now we're back.
Yeah, and thanks to Samantha Ivy for our intro song, as always. She's actually, she's officially a New Yorker
She's
now.
a New Yorker
She's
now.
a New Yorker now. She's
That's
up
right.
there. She's got a job.
Oh, yeah?
And I guess her girlfriend signed her up for a bunch of, open mic and comedy notification things and everything.
Your girlfriend's forcing her to do comedy.
Her girlfriend's like her agent, like her manager up there. And she's got her all. I guess she already got some stage time. I guess she already got on a couple of shows. So good for her. That woman just walking into town.
I know, just walking like already a feature.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome though.
Yeah, good for her. I can't wait to see what's going on with them.
She's like upped her game too on her social media. I noticed.
Yeah.
Because I was like, who the hell is this? I was like, oh. So it's when did you start being a little bit more active on your social media?
Maybe she's getting all competitive.
She's getting competitive.
She's got that bite. I mean, I don't know, though. How's it going to play out? Because in Florida, it was a big deal. She was a female comic who happened to be a lesbian, happened to be funny, and play guitar. And New York, it's like, oh, another one of you.
You just one up, just another one.
No, Samantha Ivy, probably one of my favorite comedians on the scene. Of course, parts of the Geeks of Comedy when she's down here and stuff like that.
Are you going to fly her out when we have actual shows now for the Geeks of Comedy for roasting?
I still don't pay you for parking.
True that, but we're going to have to scrounge some money for plane tickets and bring her in.
No, I'm happy. I hope she does quite well out there. I hope she does quite well up in New York. I drove by New York again on the way down.
You've been a traveling man lately.
Yeah, man. What was it? April. What month are we in? February.
I was going to say, what?
January? March? What's the month?
We're in
June?
July.
July!
Into July.
July 6th. I drove the family up to Connecticut, spent a couple of days in Connecticut, then drove them to upstate New York. Then I flew back, spent 2 weeks here doing gigs, had some meetings with the people at Afrotainment Network. Yep. And then it was just this past Sunday, I got on a plane at 3 o'clock, landed at 6 o'clock, met them at the airport. We went in and grabbed dinner. Then at 8:30 that night, started the straight shot back to Orlando, Florida.
Driving.
Whoa. So we just did, me and the kid's mom went back and forth driving.
Oh, that's what your post was about.
I did 1,227 miles, something like that. And I did I took 8:30 at night till 8 a.m. I'm good driving at night till the sun comes up.
I can't do that, man. I'm opposite.
Man, it's weird. It's, well, I got that from when I was on the road with Charlie Bowie a lot. He only liked driving during the day, so I would take the night shifts driving.
Okay.
And it worked out pretty well for us. I like it at night. They pass out, they go to sleep. I'm watching movies on Netflix.
Yeah, that's very safe. What?
And by watching movies on Netflix.
Oh, my gosh. Can you get arrested for talking about it? Just not
probably.
getting caught?
No, I don't. Look, here's the difference. When I was in the car with Charlie, I would put on Netflix and watch a full-on movie. And Charlie woke up one night. He's like, are you watching Rocky 3? I'm like, no, this is 2. He's like, okay, and went back to sleep. And no, and Charlie was like, you shouldn't be watching while you're driving. I'm like, do you want to watch? He's like, no, you're good. Or do you want to drive? And
so that's the validation that you're like, oh, it's okay
so
to do
what
it?
I do now when I got my kids in the car, though, is, of course, I don't watch it, but I do play it and then, close my phone case so I can just hear it because I need.
Oh, you're such a liar. You glance over.
Swear to God, keep it closed. Everything else, I'm very, very cautious and responsible when I got the kids in the car.
Okay.
I'll only drink beer when I have the kids in the car. I won't even drink whiskey. That's how serious.
What a responsible parent. You're such dad of the year.
The only reason the whiskey's in the car is how else are you gonna get them to sleep?
That's how you drug them up.
Just rub some on your gums like cocaine. You remember when Daddy does cocaine? God. I'm going to get home. My kids are going to be gone. DCF is going to leave a note. Like when TSA checks your bag, just to let you know, which they did this trip again.
They pop your lock or whatever?
I didn't even lock shit. They just threw in that little, just so you know, this bag has been searched by TSA.
What did you have in it?
Nothing this trip.
You're so full of shit.
No, nothing.
You must have something that looked like a weapon.
Nothing.
You didn't pack your dildo?
Nope.
Oh. Well,
No.
You know.
No.
That's what I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And your dildo looks like a weapon?
It is a weapon.
It's that big, huh? We should just get you a little egg, dude. You don't. It's not all about size. It's just the vibration.
An egg?
Yeah. You've never seen the egg?
I know what you're talking about. I heard about it. Yeah.
You heard about it, huh?
Yeah.
Seems like a weird thing. Where'd you have that conversation?
I
that
watch
you heard
a lot.
about?
I listen to a lot of Howard Stern. Okay?
You listen. Yeah. Do you guys do that? You got some sex toys in the bedroom?
No, man. I'm not
No?
into that shit.
No, really?
No.
You got very defensive. Like your arms crossed. You're like,
Oh,
no.
okay. Whatever.
Now
No.
your arms are uncrossed.
Son of a
Now
bitch.
you're trying not to look
Now you're trying to make me
defensive.
sound like I'm freaking into weird shit. No, not doing
What's
weird
weird about that? Like
It
when a
is.
man and a woman love electronics, you know?
shit. I love my iPad, but I don't want to shove it up
bring
my
your-
ass.
You don't?
No.
Put it on vibrate? Wait for someone to call?
That's how I know you don't know electronics. You just said an iPad vibrates.
iPads do vibrate.
They do not vibrate.
They do.
They do. Yeah, when you wiggle your ass while they're inside of you.
iPads don't have like a vibrate setting?
Oh, man.
No, I thought they were like the iPhone, just bigger.
Oh, thank God. And it'd be annoying.
And we have like 3 iPads at the house. I
They
should
don't
know
vibrate.
this. No?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I know.
Well,
So
no.
no toys, nothing in the bedroom, no little kick, no fantasy, no role play.
No.
Do you go, okay, tonight you be you and you pretend you're interested in me?
I do that, or I'd be like, yo, I'm 5'6". And I can look down at you.
Your fantasy is to still be 2 inches shorter than the average male.
Hey, 5'6" is a blessing. I would
dude.
take that.
What are you?
5'3", but I really think it's 5'2".
5'2". There you go. So your cock looks huge. You got like a normal size.
Yeah,
cock,
that's
and
what
it
we're
looks
gonna
big
go
on
with.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like working with Brad Williams. You know, he's
Yeah.
so been from NSA. He's like, ladies, I'm the only guy in this room who can honestly say his cock hangs down to his knees.
Dude, he has such like quick one-liner short jokes. Mm-hmm. Like anyone that's like think that they're short, and you go with Brad, you can't do those jokes.
Yeah,
No, it's just like, nah, we're good.
yeah. Well, he's had his whole life to come up
Yeah,
with
he
them
just
and
come,
hear 'em
all it is just
Yeah.
shitting, people shitting on him, and he uses them.
Well, that's kind of like one of the guys on America's Got Talent this season. One of the comedians.
I'm not watching it this season.
I'm watching because I auditioned last year, so I want to see what got picked over me.
What?
It's kind of like
Damn, you beat
it's
me to
kind
it.
it's
What
kind
did
of
they want?
It's kind of like you. The only reason you keep tabs on your ex-girlfriend is to see what she's dating after you.
That's you. I don't keep tabs on that biatch.
Really?
No.
I can show you what she's been up to.
You don't know my ex. Nobody does.
Your ex-wife?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Did
Nobody
she ever
does.
come out to shows?
Like twice.
Then I probably met her. Brunette, right?
No.
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 What was she?
She's a Puerto Rican, but she wasn't brunette.
No, she dyed all up.
I forgot.
You forgot what the woman you married hair's colors was.
Yeah, that's what you do. You just take all those memories and you shove them away.
Just that sounds good. Is that your therapist talking? Like what you need to do is take the things that
Just
bother
lock
you
it
most
up.
and fucking bottle
Burn
it up.
That's what I do.
Bottle it up, or I got to prescribe you shit that's gonna make you all
That's
weird.
why I do MMA. I get punched in the head, get some memories out of there.
Oh yeah. Speaking of MMA, man, I came across. It wasn't MMA, but dude, a boxer died in the ring. What?
Such
2
a
weeks
sad
ago?
video.
I haven't seen the video yet. I read the story about, and what was the boxer's name? Do you remember?
I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't remember.
But this kid's story.
Way to do research, guys.
Yeah. This guy's story is he was actually fighting for his green card, basically, as they said. Like he was fighting.
I don't know about that one.
He wanted to bring up the money to bring he had a young child back home. He had a wife. He wanted to bring him to America and everything else. But I guess his cornerman stopped the fight. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I can't let you. And they actually had interviews with the cornerman while the boxer was still in the hospital. And he's like, yeah, man, I know he's going to be upset at me for stopping this, fight and everything, but I'd rather he hate me for the rest of his life and have a life. And then like a day later, he passed away in the hospital.
Yeah, he passed
due to
away in the
injuries.
hospital.
Such a shame.
His name was. I just had it and I deleted it. Boxer Maxim Dadashev.
Adashev, is that Russian? Where was he out of?
Yeah, he's a Russian
So,
boxer.
Did you see the fight? Mm-hmm. You watched the whole fight?
I watched the whole fight and I watched the video.
Did you watch the fight when it was happening, or did you?
No,
watch the
I
fight
watched
after
it.
You,
I watched it
he passed
after. I
away?
didn't even know about it. I'm not a huge boxing
Because you were like, I'm not into boxing, but I like snuff films.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I
You
don't
just
watch-
got done saying you're not into kinky stuff, and here you are like, I wouldn't watch it, but wait a minute, the guy died? Yeah, let's see this.
I didn't say that either.
That's kind of what you're saying.
No, it's not.
It
No,
is.
it's
You
not.
had no interest in this fight until this guy died, and then you didn't just watch the highlights, you watched the whole fight.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I wanted to see how bad it was. He was getting his
You
ass
already
handed to him.
know. You just told me. You're like, I wanted to see how bad it was. The guy died. You knew that before you watched it.
Listen.
What'd you think? It was going to be pretty?
no,
Easy? You're like, oh, he shouldn't have died from that? That's what you were hoping to get?
Walk it off. No.
See, be glad you weren't the DJ at that fight. Because we know how insensitive you are when people get injured.
Yeah, when people get injured, just do some, can you kick it? Mm-hmm. Yes, you can. No, he can't. No. Yeah, but no, it's a sad video, man.
What would you have done on this one? Play taps? Like, brum, brum, brum,
No.
brum.
No. What song would I have played?
I'm not seriously asking you this question.
Oh, okay. I had to think about
It's
it.
funny that you went to that, though. A man's dead, Kermit.
Not my fault. What do you mean?
I don't know, I'm sure in some roundabout way. it probably
Yeah,
is.
it all relates to me about a Russian
Yeah.
guy.
So what happened? You watched the fight, and what did you see? Would you have called it a lot sooner? This fight?
I think his coach was trying to call a lot sooner, and he called it at the right time. And the coach was just like, "Look, man, I'm stopping the fight." He's like, "No," he was punch drunk.
Yeah.
Like he was just like, "No, it's okay. Let me. No, don't stop it." He's like, "No, I'm calling the fight. You're taking too many hits, bro. You can't do it no more.
Right.
Like, stop the fight. Stop the fight." And he stopped the fight.
I was reading some sports reporter who was talking about it. He's like, the problem with when someone does pass away from the sport, it's never like the fight's all going equal and then there's just one huge punch that kills someone. What it usually is, it's when you got two boxers who are both incredibly skilled and they've just landed, punches. It's the small punches over the course of so many rounds
Right.
that finally takes its toll. He's like, in the fights where it's like a guy who just starts wailing away, they call that. They're like, oh my God, he can't even defend himself. But when it's a whole bunch of little fights that's just enough, to be like, yeah, we can keep going with this, all that, it's the culmination of all those punches that puts a person in dead.
Like I don't spar anymore.
No?
Nope, I'm done, man.
Like you used to get paid to go out and you'll hold pads,
I hold pads all day.
but you're not.
But I'm not getting
You're
in
not
the ring.
stepping in and being anyone's practice warm up.
No, not even. I'm not trying to prove shit. I'm not trying to. Nah, I can't, man.
Too many concussions.
Yeah,
kicks to the
dude. Just
head.
you getting punched in it, even with gear on.
Yeah.
So you can imagine these guys are not wearing gear after so many blows to the head. I mean, you're going to lose some chromosomes, and you're going to be punch drunk, and your reaction time is gonna be jacked up, and the way you move and the way you kind of counterattack everything. So, no, man, I stopped doing it.
Was there ever a point where you thought of making it as like you do basically training and everything right now?
I just focus on ways to train, and I try to educate myself on improving somebody's fight game.
Did you ever have a want to be like a professional fighter yourself?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did that stop being a thing? for
After
you?
the third concussion,
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do this.
How old were you? Because do you remember when you got your concussions? Like,
My first one, I think I was 16.
okay, so you were pretty young, and you were sparring. You were doing tournaments.
I was
and stuff.
consistently sparring. I was
Was
doing,
it karate or what was it?
It was we do point fighting, and then we do continuous fighting.
Okay.
And I was doing what they call pretty much the circuits. So I was doing a tournament like almost every other week.
No, geez.
So fight Saturday, take a break. Fight next Saturday, take a break. So I was doing that, and I'll travel all up and down Florida.
Okay.
So I was doing that, and
And when you do the point thing, is it like a padded?
point is just like extreme tag,
yeah,
but it can hurt.
right.
Like you can get punched straight in the nose, flush, but
No pads though.
no, it's pads.
Okay.
Everything had pads. There's no bare knuckle thingy
And
like
then what was continuous?
that. You keep fighting till the judge stops, till the ref stops it.
Oh, so you do like 3 minutes,
2-minute rounds.
2-minute rounds with pads.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
and,
headgear, mouthpiece, all that.
and so that's more like boxing, where they just judge.
Well, it's kickboxing, but yeah.
right. So they just judge it from the side.
So pretty much you either can win by someone getting knocked out, quitting, or points.
right.
Yeah. So
So you got your first concussion when you were 16. Was it in the middle of a match, or did something happen afterwards,
no, middle of the fight.
and you just blacked out and woke up in the
Dude
hospital?
threw a roundhouse, and I thought he was gonna go for a punch or something. I don't know. Either way, cracked me across the head. knocked out, and
when
then I woke up.
You came to, you were...
I was looking at my dad.
Like on the mat?
Yeah, like I was like, what happened?
Okay. And then you got a couple more. But when did you just make the decision that you're like, I'm not doing the professional thing? Or does the industry kind of say, if this didn't happen for you by now?
I think when I hit my 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah. My 30s, I started waking up a little bit. Because shit's starting hurting too much.
Yeah.
Like, I get injured, man, and it'll take me like almost 6 months to recover. I'm like, Jesus.
Do you think if like mixed martial arts was a big a deal then when we were like younger, that's the route you would have got into earlier? Or when did you start training like MMA stuff? Because it seems like your primary stuff was like karate, right?
Yeah, because I grew up in the era of Bruce Lee and Jet
Chuck
Li
Norris
and Chuck Norris,
like
Jackie
that,
Chan. Like, those were my rope. I mean, even Steven Seagal at the time.
I remember when, what was it? It was called Ultimate Fighting when it first came out, and it was Ken Shamrock.
Right, he was the big guy.
I remember you had to buy the videos for like $19.95.
It was like Faces of Death, like you couldn't find them.
Yeah, and it was just blood and gore and disgusting, and like they were banned in areas and stuff like that. And I just remember being in martial arts myself. I'm like, oh, that's not what this is all about. And now fast forward to today.
Well, those were the good old days, so to speak, when people say, because you'd be like, this is a boxer versus a taekwondo guy. What's gonna happen? Like, and then like a boxer would go in the fucking ring with one boxing glove on. I'm like, well, that's stupid because you're about to fight a jiu-jitsu guy.
Yep.
And a jiu-jitsu guy's gonna grab the shit out of you.
And boxers have no ground game.
None. And you throw one kick at a boxer's legs, he's like, whoa, yeah, what's that?
You can use twice the weapons I have.
So then you have like a sumo guy.
Yeah.
I remember the first UFC I saw was that sumo guy was fighting like a white guy in like karate pants, karate pants. And the sumo guy got hit in the face and he kind of went down against the cage and the guy soccer kicks him and all you see is a tooth fly out. And I was like, holy shit, this is real.
I forget where I saw him, but like I was never a huge, boxing fan or anything like that. But when pay-per-view became a thing, like there was one rich guy on my block and he would always get the Mike Tyson.
Come on over,
that was
guys.
it. And you would go down, you would barbecue and you'd hang out all day and you watch a couple of other fights and then you tune into Mike Tyson and like 10 seconds later it's over. You know?
And it's funny because everyone knew that, so everyone wanted to see that.
Yeah. So it was kind of like it was funny because the lead up stories and news reports and everything else, and they would have like an hour-long show of predictions about what's going to happen. And of course, it's
Mike Tyson's going to kill this guy. Like everyone's like, "Oh, I hope." Let's watch. Yeah. So,
but after that, I remember watching. My roommate at the time was a good old Southern boy, and this was the type of guy that like I moved into his place because I was ready to get out of my parents' house, and he had already been living there for a while. So there were only two colors in the house, and everything was forest brown or forest green.
Okay.
Like, he was a good old boy.
Yeah.
And he also made his own chainmail.
What's a chainmail?
You know what knights wear under their armor? Like the
okay, yeah.
He had a Dremel and some wire, and he would wrap the wire around like a spool, cut them into rings, and he made his own chainmail. But he wasn't into like
medieval times or anything.
No, he wasn't into that. But he wasn't into like that LARP where they go out and recreate.
LARPing
he would just drive his Ford Bronco and wear his chainmail around town,
just in case shit pops off. I'm ready.
One day I opened the fridge and there was half a hog leg in the fridge, and it wasn't like, oh, yeah, I went hunting and prepped this and brought it back. It was a hog's foot with the fur still on the leg and everything.
Gross.
And a piece of tinfoil over the part where it had been severed. He's like, no, that's good eating. You're going to enjoy that. I'm like, I am not eating. I am not eating. But he was into boxing. And he introduced me, not personally, but watching. There was this guy named Butterbean.
Yeah, fat white dude.
Do you remember this guy?
Of course I know who Butterbean is.
Did he move on to like MMA or anything like that?
He tried it. It didn't work out too well for him.
Because watching him box was the funniest damn thing in the world.
But he was knocking people's ass out.
He would go just be this chubby white guy, and he looked a bit older. No form, no technique, and these other boxers would get in the ring against him, 22-pack abs and everything else, and coming to 20. And
Salmon tartar on
no
the vanilla.
guard, no nothing.
Talon, who was knocked down here in the second round by Butterbean. And Butterbean comfortably in control with his 4-round bout as he continues to pound the overmatched talent.
This guy looks like he would have been in Mike Tyson's
He was a hippo guy. The hippo guy, you had to hit his hands fall down.
Remember, under the unified rules, you cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Butterbean is a little more exciting than when the opponent in front of him can nail him a little bit, like Funmaker, but Talon just can't. And Butterbean finishes him off here in round number 3.
Would F people up.
Did you realize? Butterbean has done it. He has stopped James Thompson early in the first round. He came out swinging and he caught Thompson early. It was all over. Grant Waterman stepped in.
If you jab against Butterbean, you will land the punch, but people do that for a couple rounds, and then ultimately, of course, he's fighting.
Oh, it didn't take long. Oh, it didn't take long for Butterbean. I don't think he's with us. That's it. He's out. On his feet, he's out. I have one punch. Was all it took. One punch. Butterbean's still going after. Still wants to beat him because he told him he was going to take care of business. I don't know how quick that was. I think that was about the quickest knockout I've ever seen. Has to be the quickest knockout person I've ever seen.
Punch him as hard as you can.
Mills Lane, criminal court judge from Reno, Nevada. Butterbean took a hard right hand from Ed White. Just keeps coming with his own left hand. Oh! Haymaker right hand by Butterbean, and Ed White paying the price for dropping his hand so low. Cortez finally picks up the count.
Hey, how you feel? You all right with you?
And everyone in class was a monster, and I was just getting slammed.
And they would let the girls practice on you.
Dude, you make a joke.
No, I'm being
100%.
100% serious.
Their
because,
chicks were huge.
Yep.
And I'm like, maybe like, I don't know.
Because judo is using the opponent's force against them, right?
No,
Isn't that
I
judo?
guess. I mean, or just throwing the shit out of somebody onto the floor as hard as you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought judo was always the use of their motion against them.
Yeah, their leverage and
Yeah.
all that. Yeah, that didn't work out well for me.
So by the time, how old you would say your early 30s is when you're like, okay, I'm not going to try.
Well, when I was in my, like, you fast forward my timeline, in my 30s, I was doing jiu-jitsu then. Now my knowledge is like a little bit better. I still don't think I'm the best, ever, anything. But when it comes to jiu-jitsu, I'm so novice. It's annoying. I wish I knew jiu-jitsu before I did kickboxing.
What would you say, like, what forms are you good at? Like,
I'm good at, I would love to say I'm good at kickboxing, but you put me in a ring now and you put me up against some of these guys, like on a level, these athletes, like the game has changed the way people fight and train and just the body structure of a human now is so different. And I just can't keep up.
so what have you, I guess,
My goal is just to be a really good trainer and what we call a mitt holder.
Right.
Like I can stay with the best, moving and fast and all
Right.
that. But I just, when it comes to actually like fight,
But I mean, what styles have you trained in?
Taekwondo, Shotokan, Jokoshinkai, Judo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Kenpo. I wouldn't say that. I tried Krav Maga, but I didn't like it. It was like maybe like 2-day class. That's why I throw that out. And
Then you've also got boxing, kickboxing experience, right?
kickboxing, it's called Katsu. I do Katsugo kickboxing. So I did that, but that's how I learned boxing.
Right.
So I never really took a boxing classes.
You just took that and figured, okay, top half up.
Right. like when they'll be like no kicks. I'm like, okay, and then you learn how to throw your hands
What's
from
Muay Thai?
that. Thailand fighting.
How
It stems
different
from
is
Thailand.
that from?
Elbows and knees.
Yeah.
And you can clench and you can throw somebody, but you can't go to the ground and fight them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that you would say elbows and knees is primarily what Muay Thai is?
Yes.
Which I've heard from a lot of professional fighters, the last thing you want to use when you get in like a bar fight or something is your hands.
No, you use your elbows because it's all close quarters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, they said closed fists, everything. You're going to break your hand.
9 out of 10, if you hit somebody as flush as hard as you can in the face, you probably shatter something in your hand.
So
mainly your pinky.
Yeah. So close quarters, always go elbows, knees.
Always elbows. Knees is risque unless you know how to throw it. If you throw it and your balance is off, then you're on your ass. And now you're fucking fighting. Now you're like, oh shit. Like, now what I'm going to do? Yeah. I always tell people, like, you're going to get in a fight, man. Just put your hands up and they get close, hit them with an elbow.
Yeah.
Because people always think you're going to throw punches. And I'm not going to throw punches. I'll throw elbows.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I got in a fight, I'll throw elbows.
You're going to have to show me afterwards.
Yeah, it's easy.
Show
It's
me
fun.
some elbow moves.
Dude, it's nasty.
Nice.
It's nasty.
Nice. Because I run my mouth too much.
You run
I'm going to probably, one day I'm going to end up in a situation.
Apparently,
where I
you
can't
know, it's
walk
funny
away.
because, like, I guess, you know, I've been doing comedy for like 6 years now. And people are now realizing I do kickboxing and all this shit because I put videos out.
Yeah.
And now people are like fucking challenging me. like, man, I want to fight you.
You know,
I was like, okay.
It's ridiculous, that mentality, because like I started doing karate in like 4th or 5th grade, and I just always wanted to do it.
But you didn't tell anybody because it was taboo. You didn't want anyone to,
Yeah, I didn't really tell anyone.
Register hands.
And then, we had that thing where, remember satin jackets?
I still rock them.
Well, I wasn't part of any sports teams or anything, and but my karate school was like, hey, we're doing this thing, get your logo on the back, the karate school logo.
I have two, dude. I rock them still.
And I got one, got my name embroidered.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I wore that to school one day. I must have had like 8 people ready to fight me the next day. It's like, why do you want to?
You paint a target on your back.
Yep. Yeah. And I would wear that thing. My dad, every weekend during the summer, we would go to like the flea market on Saturday.
That's where you get them.
And then I love the flea market. There's always that Army surplus / ninja store
where they sell you knives at the age of 8.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like, how old are you? 8? Yeah, you're good with a switchblade.
Works good. Handy with that balisong.
You got a butterfly knife. You had no idea how to fucking use it.
Lost some tips of my fingers on that. But we would go to the flea market on Saturdays. We'd go to the beach on Sunday. And my dad used to yell at me. He's like, don't wear that fucking jacket. Because it was like 98 degrees, and I'd still be in a satin jacket.
Rocking
walking
that
around
jacket.
The flea I'm very proud.
Yeah.
Very proud of my school. So, I don't know why we got on that story.
Like, I'm so proud of my school.
I don't know why we got on that story.
And then
we were talking about something before that.
You're a white belt, too, doing all this shit.
No, man. No, dude, I made it to the last belt I could get before black belt. And then
brown?
I was brown 3rd gi up.
Oh, okay.
So I was brown with the 3 black stripes.
You are a senpai.
What? I wasn't any type of pie.
Yeah, you're senpai. That means junior instructor.
Yes, and that's
that means you didn't do shit for 2 years because you were teaching all the white belt, yellow belts.
You get it. So it was one of those things where you would get scheduled for your test, and then all the stuff your instructors were supposed to work on you with for your test. You were taking care of the white belts, the yellow belts, green belts, run them through katas and stuff like that. So all of a sudden, testing's around the corner, and they're like, "Oh, we forgot to tell you. Here's this form you have to know."
Yeah, you got 3 weeks.
Yeah. And then, so I never actually tested for black belt, but I spent 2 years as brown belt 3rd gi up.
As an instructor for your sensei that didn't want to teach white belts and yellow belts anymore.
Yep. And
you sucker.
And then, like you haven't done that to me.
You know what? I don't. I really don't.
Yeah.
I tell parents and I tell them, I was like, look, they can help me teach, but they got to come for their class.
Yeah.
Because I don't need them.
Yeah.
I don't need them. Because there's some kids like to teach, and I just like, all right. Because as a parent, I don't have kids, but if I walked into a karate school and I saw a 10-year-old teaching my 5-year-old how to fight, I'm like, all right. I mean, I get it. The kid has a wicked roundhouse.
Yeah.
But he's gonna get my kid his ass whooped. Don't teach my kid shit. Don't teach. I always step in.
Well, I could see the benefits to it, like what we're doing, like having, because you learn from teaching too. You learn when you're teaching and passing.
You learn
on.
if you like kids and you have patience.
Yeah, but I was also in my teens, so I was running a lot of the adult classes and stuff.
See, I was
like
opposite.
That. Yeah.
That's why it took me till I was 23 to get a black belt.
Yeah.
Or 24.
And that's what happened. Like in high school, I had so much other stuff going on. Got my first real girlfriend. Was doing theater and playing hockey.
Manly shit.
And not that karate is not manly, but it was like, why am I going to spend 3 nights a week over here teaching white belts?
When I can get pussy in drama class.
High five. Amen. I'll tell you, man, I look back now, and I was talking about this with someone else this week, but like everything that I did theater-wise and every stupid thing that people told me will never pay off is the reason that I'm able to support my family now. Like in a roundabout long way, everything I did is what led me to, I complain a lot, just like fucking around. But seriously, man, Ian Gutowski used to tell me, he's like, Myke, do you realize how many people actually make a living doing what they enjoy doing? He's like, so as much as we bitch about it or talk about a booker or hate a club, he's like, there's less than a handful of people who get to do what they really love doing. He's like,
that's true.
Are we fucking rich? No, but do we know people in this industry doing what they love that are? Yeah, that makes it hurt a little bit.
That's where I'm at too. So yeah.
But it's like, man, I mentioned it briefly, but I went in for another meeting with the, Afrotainment Network, or I guess just Afro now. And it looks like we've come pretty close to finalizing everything. And so I'll be
still
starting.
got your desk ready.
They do have my desk.
Collecting dust.
Did I tell you what I did?
No, did you engrave your initials on it like in high school?
Nope.
With a knife.
I had my
Myke
I had my
table.
meeting. Had my meeting with them, and after the meeting, James took me over and he's like, "And here's your desk, and here's my desk." And I'm like, "My desk has a spot." I still don't have a signed contract, but that's supposed to be worked out this week. But he's like, "Yeah, Michelle's going to get me stuff from my desk." And I'm like, "Oh, well, I'll get stuff from my desk." I just turned around and started taking things off other people's desks. And since I'm the only white guy in the office, it was just pictures of black children and a black wedding. And I'm like, I just want to sit there and write at this desk all day. And when people come in, you introduce me. It's just me with pictures of my family. Black family.
Are you going to really keep doing that? That's
no, because they'll kill me for how's it feel to be the white guy taking other people's stuff in the office? That white guy's always stealing everybody's stuff.
Always taking people's sandwiches.
I got to represent my whole race.
By writing for Afro.
The slogan for Afro is all shades of black. And I'm like, I want to add, including white.
It's a little gray in that saying over there.
But no, dude, I can't wait to get started writing. It's been a long, when he first offered me, and then I started going through the meetings and everything else, and they got the studio. And have you been to the new studio yet?
Nope.
Ah, man.
Summer camp.
Yeah, I'm actually... I'm going in next week. But I'm sure they'll get you back in as soon as you're back on some sort of schedule.
I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. They film at times where I'm working.
Yeah.
They film in the afternoon now, right?
Yeah, right now they're doing some afternoon.
They do it mornings, I'm game. But if they don't do mornings, I'm screwed.
Yeah, but you can at least come by and see the studio.
Yeah, I guess I'll take a tour of your desk that you're not working at.
Yeah. So I was thinking about this the other day. How come whenever someone dies, they were always the greatest person ever? Like, whenever someone goes to give the eulogy, it's always like, I understand that you're not supposed to speak ill of the dead.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think we know me, and I'll be a little bit offended, like down in hell, if you guys do a eulogy and just play it up like I was the nicest. Like, I believe that no one is 100% good and no one's 100% evil. I think everybody's right in there.
Yeah, I believe that.
And I think that some of the funniest things are I've done some really nice things for people, and I've done some really shitty things to people.
Okay.
And some of the shitty things are the things that make me laugh when I think about them. So I would be upset if you guys didn't happen to mention, if you were happen to go up at my funeral and say some things about me. If you just go up there and say, hey, Myke was a true friend, Myke was a this, I'm going to feel like the people listening go, you didn't know Myke at all, So
you want people to roast you at your own funeral?
I'm not saying it has to be 100% roast, but I'm saying I want there to be some, it's almost like when I was managing restaurants. They would tell me if I had to correct someone, go up and give them 2 ups for every down. Like if I had to go,
does that mean?
If you were working for me, okay, say you were a bartender and you were always late.
Yeah.
I got to go in and be like, hey, dude, you're always late. We got to work on this. And I'm like, that being said, you're one of my best bartenders when you are here, blah, blah, blah. And also, whatever the reviews, the ratings just came back from customers and you're in the top 5% of sales, blah, blah, blah. So you take someone down 1 and then you say 2 nice things about them.
So you want the opposite for you?
No, I'm good. I'm good with the 1 down, the 2. I was at a funeral once.
2 down, 1 up.
I was at a funeral once, and this guy was a friend of mine, okay? But he was also a piece of shit drug dealer, all right?
Okay.
And No, because you can separate that. You can go, we're friends, we're tight, you got that lifestyle. That's not, it's harder to when it's someone you grew up with because you have that relationship before they got into that lifestyle,
Okay.
So then he passed away and he was, he did some shitty things and the way he passed away was relayed directly to the shit he was involved with. So when people were up there talking about him like he was such an angel, I'm just thinking, no, he was a fucking, there was a bad side to him. He did shitty things to other people. He hurt other people too. But one of the things they said was like he'd be the first to give you the shirt off his back. And I'm like, no, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right at all. It feels like for as many times as people during his funeral said he'd give you the shirt off his back, I'm like, there should be more topless pictures on this casket. It should be just him without a shirt because he's always fucking giving people the shirt off his back. I'm like, I guarantee you, if he give you a shirt, it's because he borrowed that shirt from someone else, and now that person doesn't have a fucking shirt.
So you went to the funeral?
Yeah, I did go there.
Did you say anything?
I was friends with the family, everything else, and I was friends with his. Yeah.
But you went up and said something?
Oh yeah, I went up and said something.
And did you do?
Like this guy would give you the shirt off his back.
You son of a bitch! You over here talking shit, and you did exactly.
What am I gonna say? I'm in a room full of drug dealers. They got guns and shit, man. I ain't gonna say shit.
Like, hey, so and so was one of my good friends. But let's be honest, he was an asshole. I mean, he was.
I love that. I love that when they do that in TV shows and movies when it's like a guy goes up and starts talking. Like, but let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
Like,
piece of shit.
I'd be like, it's sad to see Phil has passed away. The worst part is he still owes me $25.
Yeah.
Not getting that back, right? Who's gonna pay? Who's gonna pay that? Who here does Phil owe money to? Yeah, maybe death was the easy way out for him.
Way to get out of your loan, dick.
Yeah. What kind? Do you think those shoes belong to the funeral parlor? Can I get in on those? Would you go through someone's pocket for money at a funeral if they owed you money?
How much? It's got to be a lot.
Like 10.
No. Well, I know that, I know there's not money in his pocket. They can't be.
Do you?
Do people slip money into the dead?
Not in my culture.
Like, I'm just asking. I don't know. I don't even know if that's my culture.
I know sometimes people do leave little things in there that they want their loved ones to be
I know, like
buried
someone
with.
leave like a card or something or a picture.
What would that be like? Like if you went to a funeral,
okay,
and say it was a buddy of yours, and then the mom made a big deal about like him getting buried with his favorite comic book, and then you're like, that's mine. He had borrowed that from me. I asked him for it back like 30 times. He said he didn't have it. That is issue number 1, blah, blah, blah. And then you walk up and everybody's doing the little, and you're looking in the casket and you're like looking around going, dude, if I let this casket close.
So the comic's in the casket?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking that shit. I'm going in for a hug. And I'm fucking slipping it in my button shirt.
Replacing it with the Hustler.
Or I'll replace it with another shitty comic.
Yeah.
Just the same shit. The mom doesn't know. There's no way she knows the comics.
Okay, now say it isn't your comic.
Okay.
But it is a precious, valuable one.
Oh, like a Fantastic Four 1 or a Spider-Man 1, Amazing.
And he died owing you money.
Yeah, that comic's coming home.
Really?
Oh, fuck yes.
You realize you're robbing from the dead
That's
now.
fine with me. He won't miss it. I would definitely take it.
People at home listening are like, he is not coming to my funeral.
Listen, if you got something that valuable, oh, it's coming with me home. Like, I will go in for it'll be the longest. Like, man, Kermit's really loving this guy. Like, motherfucker, you're taking all this comics.
Well, that's like whenever I'm watching like History Channel, they're talking about the tombs of Egypt, and they're like, "Oh, and we uncovered." I'm like, "No, you are grave robbing. Is what you're doing.
Robbing.
This guy was buried with all his wealth and 82 servants, and now you're just pulling them up.
So
like
I'm supposed to let a comic worth X amount of money just deteriorate in this casket with him.
It's not yours.
It's mine now.
In this fictitious world we've created.
It's mine now. Let's see. Just out of curiosity, I'm curious. Let me see. The most expensive comic.
It was Superman for a long time.
So let's say he had Action Comics Superman 1, which
That was it.
go for $3.2 million.
3.2.
That comic, I would take the casket with that son of a bitch if I needed to.
No. When you wait for him to bury it, and then go back and get it?
No, I'm not gonna do all that work. Just do it right there.
So you won't dig a hole for 3.2 mil?
Oh yeah, I will. We will grave rob that bitch.
But that's the thing, because as soon as if you don't take it, then the people, the funeral home, they're gonna swipe that shit out.
Yeah, they'll swipe it. Come on, let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, man. Look at that.
Yep.
Look at that. It's still the most expensive one. I think the second is Spider-Man. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, dude, that's coming with me. Batman third.
Yep.
And Batman second.
Speaking of money, you hear about this Fortnite winner?
The kid that bought the house for his mom playing freaking video games.
He already bought a house
For his mom, yeah.
dude. This 16-year-old wins $3 million. I
didn't know they even did that for that game.
$3 million. It's a free online game, right?
It's a free online game, but they do competitions for money.
For 16 years old, just won $3 million.
I want to look that up. I'm curious of the game. I want to see how good he is.
That's the highest. They were saying that's the highest video game win payout, whatever thing. But like that's just crazy to me, man. Video games, and someone's already started posting memes like. I saw a meme yesterday where someone put the average Navy SEAL makes $75,000 a year. And then it's like, kid plays Fortnite, 16, $3 million. Something's wrong with this country. I'm like, yeah, Navy SEAls
They up their Fortnite game.
should probably be working on their Fortnite game.
They should be better at this damn 16.
But why pick like the kid who won $3 million? Why not pick the CEO of basically any one of these insurance or pharmaceutical companies? Can we admit that Navy SEALs deserve a good amount of money?
Of course.
Can we also admit that congrats to the 16-year-old for winning $3 million? From now on, I walk in, my kids, they're playing video games, and their mom's like, they need to get back to doing their homework.
Yep, $3 million.
I'm going to be like, you leave them alone. They're studying.
They're studying playing video games. Yeah, man.
He won $3 million.
His teacher's definitely going to try to sleep with him.
I was reading an article about it, and they're like, well, the father said to the son, I told him already, you need to stay level-headed about this, because there's some 12-year-old out there right now. I know you think you're good, but, you need to finish your education because there's going to be a 12-year-old down the road. And it's like, dude, you got $3 million.
Shut up, Dad.
You can invest that $3 million now and do nothing for the rest of your life and be fine.
Jeez, man.
Dad's worried about him ending up bagging groceries at 27 or something.
Yeah, this kid's set.
He got more than Trump got for his head start, and Trump's doing okay.
Your boy Trump's doing great.
What a piece of shit. Do you know?
Oh no, we're going down the hole.
You brought it up.
Oh no, what did I do? No.
Do you know he goes, first of all, he says his father gave him $1 million. It was more than that. Second of all, so many financial people had said if Trump had just taken the money his father gave him and invested it in like safe avenues, he would be 100 times wealthier than he is now. So basically, he fucked up. Well,
he always fucks up. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Are you changed your Facebook photo yet?
Yeah. Nope.
Jesus Christ.
Standing strong.
Come on,
America.
Man. After the election, are you going to change it?
Yes.
Even if he wins?
If he wins, it will be a big fuck you. It'll be that baby Trump floating thing.
You're not going to change it.
I would change it to that.
To baby Trump?
You ever see that floating?
Yeah.
That big,
the big balloon?
That's what I will change it to.
I mean, I guess.
Dude, do you know how much shit I already get? There are
Sanchez, we need a balloon of Myke as the baby Trump.
Why? I'm not the crybaby.
I didn't say you were. Just
But there's actual. It's not a good time to fucking hate Trump and be a comedian, because number one, I don't do political jokes on stage. It's never been my thing. I'm not going to change.
I used to, and then I stopped.
Really? I'm not going to change that now for this. Comedy is my escape from everything, and it's always been meant to be fun. And I felt like this before Trump. I'm not going to do a joke that polarizes half your audience.
I learned that the hard way.
Or more specifically, a third of your audience. All right.
Well, in Florida.
Not in certain parts.
Radio people.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna do those jokes on stage. But when you're on Facebook and you're friends with like bookers and stuff, there's a good amount of bookers, the people who run comedy clubs, that are avid Trump supporters.
Of course.
Why is that? Because you vote your pocketbook, you vote your wallet.
Right.
So there's every now and then bookers that will swing in and be like, you need to chill out with the blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, I don't do it on stage, so that shouldn't affect our business at all. And I'm like, plus, I don't say shit when you're posting 100 times a day about snowflakes and liberals and blah, blah, blah. So it's good for you to say whatever you want. But when it comes to me, plus there's one fucking prick that's always like, he's always like, comedians, I wish comedians would just focus on being funny and stay out of politics. Well, what's that say? It means if you're not a politician, then you should have no opinion of anything going on politically. The politicians are already fucking morons. They don't know anything politically.
You ain't on TV on Fox, so your opinion don't count, boy.
Right.
So shut your face.
Because Fox is all that matters.
Because whatever Fox says, it would matter because they hire hot chicks that tell us the news, what we want to hear.
Well, you know, it's funny because I actually, you know my uncle, right? Mm-hmm. Fan of the show and everything, but quite clear, you know, he supports Trump. I do not. And I hung out with him when I went up to Connecticut. No, I did. I hung out with him.
No, I'm just laughing where this is going.
No, I hung out with him. And we ended up having a nice long talk.
Of course.
But the thing is, at the end of the day, I'm like, you know, the whole thing is, I don't need anyone to... All I'm looking for is someone to admit he's not a good person. He's a piece of shit. I'm like, and whenever it gets like political, I'm like, look, all I want you to do is admit that pieces of shit talk about grabbing people by the pussy. Pieces of shit call other people names like infant children. Pieces of shit do this. He's not a good moralistic person. Politics aside, just admit this isn't a guy you would want dating your fucking daughter. He's like, oh no, he's a horrible person. I'm like, that's all I ever wanted. That's all I want. That's why when people come at me like, he's going to get another 4 years, I'm like, you're missing the point. I don't give a shit about him being the president. I just think he's a piece of shit. And I think the funniest thing is how many people run to defend the fact that, like, no, you're misinterpreting that. Just admit he's a piece of shit. Just admit you like him because he keeps money in your pocket, and we're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, if he wasn't president, the shit he says is fucking
That's
hilarious.
all I'm saying.
Like, the shit he gets, I'm like, dude, that's funny.
That's all I'm saying. The funniest and most aggravating part to me is you can support him. You can say he's your president. You can think he's doing great things. That's fucking fine. But can we at least not have to do this whole backpedal thing? Just say he's a piece of shit, but you're glad he's the president.
Yeah.
That's all you have to say. But they can't do it. They backpedal on everything about, well, when you need the reason he does. No. If it was anyone else, like you just said it perfectly, if he was anyone else saying the things he says, they'd be like, something's wrong with this guy.
Yeah.
I think he's senile, dude. I think he mentally isn't there. I think he's checked out. I think he has psychological problems. He has to.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's just like the whole Michael Jackson thing, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, well, he is kind of a monster, but his music's amazing. Like, it's just...
And I'm sorry, but when all the people around you are getting convicted with stuff, when all the people around you had the phone numbers for people who could get, like, child escorts, and you hang out with those people, but you never dealt with those child escorts? Nah, man, there's just too much. There's just too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, fuck Trump.
Yeah, that's where I stand. I actually did shows for quite a number of Trump supporters last week because I did 2 assisted living facilities.
Yeah. You said you did well, though.
Dude, I had a blast.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. It just comes from...
Did you get lucky?
Working on it.
Pull her teeth out. Come home with me.
Dude, there could not have been... Number one, up until this point, I did early on in my career, I did a nursing home gig with Casey Peruski. Casey, who runs a couple of rooms on South Florida. And that was, in my head, what I was going to have to deal with this week. And the nursing home we did was in, like, Jupiter, Florida. And we walked in, and it was one of those places where the only people that can open doors to any other doorway are, like, the orderlies. So they walk us into this one room, and it's like a cafeteria, auditorium, a cafetorium type setup. And it's just all people in wheelchairs with the IV bags hooked onto them. They're wearing their pajamas.
High fashion.
This was the place you send your family members when you don't want to deal with them.
Is this hospice? Is that what it's called?
That's when people are dying of cancer.
Yeah.
This is just more like, you're old and we want you out of our system.
Jesus, okay.
So Casey goes up first, and he's doing some material, and this one guy in a wheelchair just rolls right up to the microphone. I mean, to where his wheelchair's touching Casey's microphone. And he just stares up at Casey. And the orderly goes and pulls him back. And it was like those cars you get at McDonald's where you pull it back and they go forward quicker. Because as soon as the orderly's back was turned, the guy just rolled right back up, just staring at Casey. Not responding to any jokes, but just staring.
Oh, shit.
When I'm up on stage, there was, like I said, these doors automatically lock. So when I'm up on stage, This guy in a wheelchair goes and starts rolling himself into the door. And since he can't open it, he backs up, rolls into the door again. And they're like, they won't let him leave because this is like a group event.
Okay.
So just during my whole show, it's
him hitting like a fish hitting the bowl.
yes. Yes, exactly. And then while Casey was up on stage, I was at the back of the room, and there was a guy in a wheelchair with a pencil thin. I've talked about this sometimes. I'm not sure if I've talked about it in the podcast. There's this guy on stage, and he's got like a pencil thin black mustache. He's in a wheelchair, but then his hair, his eyebrows, everything else is white. So this guy still takes the time to dye his pencil thin mustache
my man.
black. Right. I like him. Mr. Irely. Like him. The reason I know he's Mr. Irely is here's how this conversation went down. Mr. Irely's in a wheelchair. He's wearing glasses, but they have those beaded string on them.
Yeah, but they won't lose them.
Yeah, but they're woman's glasses.
Okay.
And on top of Mr. Irely's bald head is another pair of glasses much more suitable to his face and gender.
Okay.
So the orderly comes over and goes, Mr. Irely, you need to get Brenda back her glasses.
Motherfucker's an asshole.
Mr. Irely goes, I ain't got that bitch's glasses. Automatically. Love him. So I've put two and two together already. He's wearing Brenda's glasses, but he thinks they're his because he doesn't know the other pairs on his head.
Oh, that's funny.
So the orderly goes, Mr. Irely, give Brenda back her glasses. He's like, I'm not giving that bitch back her glasses. So the orderly pulls out, you know when you go to 7-Eleven when you're a kid, they had the little plastic cell phones when the first cell phones were coming out, and you open it up, it's like hard candy or something like that.
Okay.
He pulls out a neon pink little toy plastic candy holding phone and goes to Mr. Irely. He's like, Mr. Irely, if you get Brenda back her glasses, I'll let you call your kids. Mr. Irely turns to this guy and goes, how am I going to call my kids on a fucking toy phone? That's where I hope to be someday. So fucking crazy. I don't know I'm wearing women's glasses, but so lucid that you're not fooling me with the fucking toy phone gag again. Oh, dude, I was dying. I was like, Mr. Irely is my favorite person in the world. So it was a really sad thing to do that show because everybody there, nobody was listening to comedy. They were just there. You know, they were existing in the same room. Ugh. So that's what I wasn't looking forward to when I found out we had to do this show. Because I didn't know till after I got booked that this was an assisted care facility. Okay? We show up. It's Kevin White, Ollie Flores, and I. We show up at this place in Dr. Phillips, and it's a Disney resort. The other place was like barbed wire fences.
Yeah, Adam's family.
This place, and automatically I see people walking around, and it's different. Like there, it was more like a Motel 6 with the rooms and almost like a, I hate to say nut house, but like a psychiatric facility vibe or hospital setting. This place that we went to in Dr. Phillips was like a Disney level resort. Like, it was beautiful. You walk in, the lobby's huge. It was like going to the Atlantis in the Bahamas. It was just gorgeous.
Right.
And the thing you notice really quickly is the residents there, they're all like 60s, 70s, but like young 60s, 70s. Like, they took care of themselves. And it's not so much they're there because their family doesn't want anything to do with them. They're there because this is how they planned on spending their life, living a resort lifestyle. You know, their last years. They all have money. There were people there that like had walkers, but they were like, you know, happy. And even the quote unquote orderlies were all like, you know, younger, nice. And that show went spectacular for me. They still wanted a clean show, so we did a clean show. But
what is clean considered in that kind of room? Like no curse words? Or?
Kevin White found out quickly.
Why? What did you do?
We found out right because we were told do a clean show, and we're like, oh, okay. And then right before we're ready to start, they're like, just a smidge more adult than like what you would see at Disney.
Okay.
And who better than Kevin White to take that advice, you know? But I'm sitting there. Ollie hosts. He goes up. Kevin goes out, and his first joke we got an audience of like 40, 50. And Kevin's first joke gets like a, oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah. His second joke goes, oh, like anything that has anything slight, like Kevin does a clean show, but there is some sex innuendo in it.
Right.
And anything slightly to do with sex was getting a groan. So I'm backstage just laughing. And Ollie's like, are you laughing at Kevin? I'm like, no, I'm laughing because I got to go do 45 in front of this audience. And they're groaning at that, you know? And Kevin had one joke he does where he's like, you know, my wife says I'm immature, you know? Yeah, she calls me a child all the time. And then I told her, well, you had sex with me in my treehouse the other day, so that makes you a pedophile. That's like the joke he does, you know.
Okay.
The way he changed it up, he's like, my wife calls me a child, she calls me immature, but, you know, we were making whoopee the other day. I'm like, he goes, but the other day we made whoopee in my tree fort, so that makes you a pedophile. And they went, oh. And, like, afterwards we were talking about, he's like, I don't get it. I changed sex to whoopee. I'm like, that's the word you changed for that joke? You don't think pedophile was maybe the way to
pedophile
go?
wasn't a strong word?
So, and then he had another joke, and it had a sexual theme, and they went, whoa. And so Kevin walked off stage not feeling great. And it was one of those shows where I brought the magic. I haven't done the magic for a while, but I'm glad I did, because I opened with the fire eating, which leads into the story and all that other crap. And I was having so much fun with them. I became that douchebag comic to the other comics while I was on stage. I turned to this one guy who started laughing at my goldfish joke. I'm like, are you laughing? Because the other two comics said, don't even bother with that guy. He hasn't laughed all night. I'm like, but you're laughing. I'm like, Kev, Ali, this guy, he's awake. He's laughing. And I'm being, then Kevin and Ali are on the back going, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And then like halfway through, I'm like, you guys... I wish I was recording this show tonight, because I wish my CD came from this room, because you guys are so like, I haven't had to pause to laugh to die down before I can start a new joke in so long. Like, I can't believe you weren't laughing at the other comedians, and they're in the back just going, yeah, I was a douche. So I did that show. We had a blast. I had a blast. And then Carmen Blown called me up on Thursday, and he's like, hey, man, we had Wednesday night, we had all hung out. We went to and did open mic, and that was a fun night. You know, we did open mic. Carm was hosting. I hadn't seen him since.
We just goofed on each other.
Yeah, me.
I think it was funny because like all three of us, we didn't realize. No, we didn't plan to be there. We just kind of like. I was like, I'm just gonna get in. I gotta go. I gotta get out of my house.
I went simply to check in on Carm because I hadn't seen him. He had gone up for his dad.
Right.
His dad passed away. He had the funeral, and then I was on the road and everything else. So I talked to him on the phone, but I hadn't seen him. And I showed up just to kind of check in on him and see how he's doing. And then Ken kind of checked in for the same thing. But Ken actually thought he had a gig that night.
Yeah, he got stiff.
And then he got stiff. So, but that felt like an old-time open mic. It was like we were heckling each other on stage.
Goofing off.
But the audience was enjoying it.
Yep.
You know? So that was a fun night.
Well, one of them, remember the Hispanic kid who just like... Yeah. The young kid staring at us like all pissed off. I was like, what's wrong with this kid's face? I was like, geez, man, no one look at this kid.
So that was a fun. I wish more nights were like that. So that was just fun to get cut loose and work on some stuff. Yeah. But then Carm calls me up the next day and he's like, I forgot to bring it up. He had scheduled himself. He took a gig through that Gig Masters site or Gig Salad or something. And he had a
Gig Salad.
He had a gig in Melbourne. And he's like, and they're paying me for an hour. Will you come, do some time? And I'm like, what is it? He's like, it's a like assisted living facility. And I'm like, dude, just did one Tuesday, knocked it out of the park. Let's go. I'll meet you over there. We'll hop in the car. So I hop in the car. We drive out there, and that audience was the audience I had feared I was going to have on Tuesday.
Oh shit.
So no, it wasn't as bad as the nursing home gig, but these guys, when I tell you the median age was 85. 85. So you automatically start thinking, what?
Yeah, they're done. They don't give a shit what you got to say.
Yeah. And it worked out. Like, I got pictures because nobody would believe it. But
you got opium?
there's the name of the place was Ponte Verde. It's so I was like, thank you for inviting us out this night. I mean, afternoon, this evening to Ponte Verde. Ponte Verde, what a beautiful place. Ponte Verde, of course, meaning we eat our dinner at 4. And they were like,
oh, they actually got like
that. They loved it.
Okay.
And from then on, I was just like, it was fine.
Okay.
But there were jokes I had to cut out for that crowd. Like Tuesday night, they were on board, and you could do like the longer story stuff and everything else. And there were jokes on Thursday night that I'm like, man, they have the attention span of like goldfish. Like if you don't have that setup punch, they're not with you.
Yo, set up jokes, set up jokes, set up.
Because that's also the comedy they came up watching.
What are you doing? What are you doing? AGT edition?
Setup punch. That's what it felt like, man. That's what it felt like. So it was a fun time though. But driving back, I'm like, man, I should just do these gigs. It's kind of like you gave up on your fighting career. I've given up on my comedy career. I'm just going to go in there and be like a likable, well-dressed, slightly funny person and take home bigger paychecks than I get for playing clubs I like for a whole fucking weekend. But the only thing is, at that place, I did merch pitch.
Of course you did.
So firewalls, fire watches, right?
You probably scared the shit out of them doing that.
Well, the funniest thing is I sold a couple, and then Carm gives me a email from the person who set it up the next day. And apparently, no one voiced this to me when I pitched them. No one voiced it to me when I sold them. But their residents there are not allowed to have any open flame anything because so many of the other residents actually have. I do the joke in the pitch.
You're gonna kill them. You're gonna probably blow up their oxygen tank.
I do the joke in the firewall pitch about old people. If you need them to move in line, put it right next to their oxygen tank. But yeah, they're contraband in that facility. So, like, I basically dealt weapons to not good people. So, dude, we had taken pictures of the room. It got to the point where I had to, like, circle in the pictures we took, the people I sold them to, because otherwise they were going to have to do room checks on everybody.
Damn, what did you do? An old home or you did a damn prison?
What's that?
You sound like you did a prison. You did a bed check?
That's what I'm saying, man. It's just the difference in quality of care. And I told my mom, I'm like, man, I already see which one you're ending up in. Yeah,
the prison one,
dude. And I'm already on like thin ropes with her because I guess last week there was a story about a guy on the news. His mom's apartment building was on fire, so he tried to get in the front door to see if she was okay, and the police wouldn't let him in. So he went around back and scaled 15 stories worth of
to get her, to save her,
to
whatever.
Go in and check and make sure she was okay. And meantime, my mom called me for a ride a month ago. I'm like, can't you Uber?
Yeah, no.
I'm not son of the year right now, is what I'm saying. Next week coming up, though, man, we got the 9-year anniversary of the Orlando Improv.
Wednesday, if you want to go hit us up, we can get you some free tickets.
Yeah, wasn't it last year, the 8-year anniversary that Howie Mandel swung in? Wasn't that the 8-year anniversary?
Shit, was it?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I'm actually double dipping that night because I'm doing that show with you, 9-year anniversary at the Improv. Then I'm booked out at Champions Gate in Davenport at 9 p.m. with Kevin.
So you're going to be going up first.
Yep. I'm gonna
knock it out.
Do a merch pitch, and then leave merch for you to sell.
I was going to say, how's that going to work? You're going to do a merch pitch?
I'm going to do a merch pitch and then leave merch for you to sell.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I'll give you commission. That'd be great.
Great.
Money in pocket.
You know I can't count well. You only sold one wallet.
Oh, I get it, man. You can sell T-shirts for Preacher, but you can't sell fire watches for me. Preacher doesn't even need his merch money.
I didn't even get paid for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then he did fly you out to Vegas for.
That is true. Well, no, he didn't fly me out. He paid for the tickets.
Not the plane tickets, but the UCF.
The UFC.
Which were like
the
UCF.
UCF. UFC tickets.
Which were like $1,000 a piece.
1,400.
Yeah. How far back were you?
The 6th row back or 7.
I saw the video. I was like,
dope.
Man. So yeah, we didn't talk about that because we had Ken Miller in here last time.
Yeah, I went to Vegas, man. I went to Vegas for UFC 239. I flew out Friday night, came back Sunday night.
Now 239. How often? Because it used to be like all these UFC fights were like a big deal. But how many? Will they have a new one like every week now? Or
yeah, I think we're at 242 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you flew out for what number?
239.
239.
Yeah.
All right.
Great card, great fights.
Did
a lot
you have
of knockouts.
any people in there that you had trained with?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, these guys are elite. But the cool thing was, Preacher knew a MMA fighter. Her name's Veronica. Macau. I don't know how to say her last name. Either way, though, she hooked us up, man. She gave us a free tour of the UFC Performance Institute. So that was amazing. And then she let us go watch her train at the Mayweather camp.
Uh-huh.
And that was amazing. And then we went to the fights. I put a whole video up on YouTube on my vlog. You can check it out there.
Didn't Mayweather just pass away recently?
No, man. What?
Am I making stuff up?
Yes.
Some famous. My brother told me. I saw my brother last week. Here's the thing. I used to work like at a boxing gym.
Okay.
And we went to a couple of fights locally and everything, like Civic Center and stuff like that. And what was his name? Floyd Mayweather, right?
It wasn't no Floyd Mayweather.
No,
Floyd
who was
Mayweather.
it? Who passed away recently?
Well, the Russian guy that got punched
to death. It wasn't the
death.
Russian guy. And because my brother had come out to visit me once, and this boxer was at the gym, and we got a picture with him. And I think my brother took it when he moved out. He says he didn't.
I don't know who the hell you're talking about.
Famous boxer dies.
Well, yeah, I mean,
All right, you tell me about your Vegas trip. I'll look into this.
yeah, man, I went to Vegas and pretty much watched the fights.
How long were you out there for?
I was out there, like I said, Friday to Sunday. I came back like Monday morning here, and then I went straight to work. But what you didn't know was, so I flew into Vegas, and like the whole time zone and time travel really messed me up.
Okay.
So I ate. This is literally I ate like a chicken fillet before I got on the plane. So that's around like 9ish, 10. Flew to Vegas, woke up, went to my buddy's house, woke up in the morning, ate something, maybe a little breakfast or whatever. Nothing major. Then we went to the UFC thing, and then we went to the training camp. Went to the UFC training camp, then we went to the Mayweather camp, and then we went straight to the event. I still haven't eaten anything. And now I'm drinking. So I'm drinking alcohol, and I haven't eaten anything. So then I eat popcorn at the stadium, and I just have like Powerade or whatever. Long story short, I ended up getting really sick. I didn't eat anything, and all I had in my system was alcohol.
Ooh.
So I think like 2 a.m, we're driving back. Like, I don't feel good, man. Pull over. So my buddy Hoover, we pull over in a Wendy's parking lot, and I just start throwing up liquid.
Ew.
Just throwing up liquid.
That's always fun.
So as I'm throwing up, he's standing outside the car. I'm outside the car. I hear a voice from a lady of the night. And she's like, so what are you boys getting into tonight?
It's more like what I'm getting out of.
So you can't see me because I'm hiding, like I'm barfing behind bushes. And by the way, Vegas doesn't have grass. It's all dirt and gravel. And when you throw up in dirt and gravel, there's like a splashback. So I'm like just getting hit back with my vomit. So it's gross. So he's talking to the lady, pretty much telling her to like keep walking. She's like, what are you guys getting into? He's like, well, you're looking at it. She's like, what does that mean? My boy's sick. He's throwing up. She's like, I don't see him. So when I hear that, I stand up like Captain America, and I go, how much for a blah? And I start throwing up more. And she's like, ew, that's nasty. So your friend's out. So what are you getting into? You want to give me a ride in your Tesla? He's just like, nope.
Oh.
So then,
whose Tesla was it? Was it
his?
No, but I mean, because Preacher just bought one too, right?
Yeah, he bought one. Hoover has one too.
Oh, Hoover, you got rich friends, man.
Yeah, they're rich. And so I'm throwing up, and somehow I forget what I said, but I said something along the lines like, how much for some vomit stuff?
Disgusting.
So then I look up and I realize, like, oh, she probably has a pimp. I should really get out of here before we get mugged. So I'm looking around all messed up, and I see like a family living out of their car in the parking lot at Wendy's. I'm like, oh man, we're in the hood. So I was just like, yo, get in the car, let's get out of here. And that was my adventure at Vegas. Yeah, so I almost got beat up by a pimp, maybe. And
you would have won that fight, right? Elbows, close quarters.
I think if I would have talked to her, she would have said at least $200 for the vomit stuff, though.
Yeah. Pernell Whitaker.
That's what it is?
Yeah, he died in a car accident, I guess, a couple of weeks back.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so Pernell Whitaker. But while I was looking that up, apparently another boxer died just 5 days after the Russian dude in a fight.
In a fight?
Yeah.
Damn.
People dropping like...
Well,
wow.
That's why I don't spar anymore, people. Those days are over. Days are over.
Those days are over. Man, It's a deadly sport.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
And that's pretty much it. That was my Vegas trip. Hung out with Hoover.
That was exciting. So really, how was the hooker?
She wasn't bad looking. That was the funny part from what I remember. I was like, all right. Had beer goggles on, so I was like,
You do any gambling while you were out there?
No, dude. I got sick. I got so sick, man. It sucked. We went back home, went to sleep, woke up in the morning. We went on a boat for a little bit, and then...
Because that's always good after being nauseous. Just put me out on a boat.
Yeah, I wasn't like... I didn't have a hangover or anything. I was just sick.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't eat anything. How stupid of me.
So this guy Hoover, was this guy you were supposed to go out for his wedding?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. That one.
That didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, and you were relieved. You're like, thank God.
Thank God.
No best man for me.
No. But then do I have a wedding coming up? I don't think so. Oh, I do have a wedding coming up. That's why you're like, I have a wedding I'm supposed to go to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to Eugene Torres' wedding.
Are you?
Yeah, I got invited.
What's that?
I got invited.
I didn't.
I don't know who invited me.
I didn't. And they met at the venue I started. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What the fuck?
You should be the ring bearer.
Yeah. Right.
Really?
Yeah. They met at Jack's.
He sent me an invite, and I was like, all right, I guess.
Get one. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck you, big-eared motherfucker.
He's an alligator man now.
I got big ears. Fuck him. Yeah. Thanks for the invite, douchebag.
Do you really care?
No.
No.
Kind of grateful.
Because then you got to buy a gift, and I hate buying a gift.
Smaller ears? Where do you get those?
No, you get them a gift card for smaller ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have ears for what's those Invisaligns for your teeth?
Yeah.
You maybe have them for ears that are like.
If they did, I'd have them.
Does he have big fucking ears? Mm-hmm. I never paid attention because he has like a Flintstone face.
I'm surprised he didn't have like those boxer cauliflower ear things going on.
Who, me?
He did Ultimate Fighting for a while.
He did MMA fighting for a little bit, but I think he realized that shit too. Like,
yeah,
days are over, man.
Yeah,
I'll get back in the ring with these monsters. Mm-hmm. These guys will kill you.
I'll go wrestle alligators instead.
Yeah, you go wrestle alligators instead.
Alligators don't fight back.
Actually, they do, but
yeah,
fuck that.
Yeah,
but oh shit,
time
we're
to
LT.
go?
Yeah, we're LT.
We're always
Meh.
LT.
Man.
So, all right, man.
Let's go watch Avengers.
Yeah.
Oh, my hair's already standing when I thought about it.
Yeah, because you got the Voodoo digital copy.
Yeah, man. That's how you do it. Let's go sit on my couches that don't fucking work.
All right, let's just make sure. You run down a list, make sure we got everything. Blah, blah, blah,
Shut
blah,
up,
blah,
Royce.
Blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah. Other than entitled open micers.
Oh, were we supposed to talk about that?
I had it on my list.
I mean, I just find it funny, man, because, I run the open mic.
It seems like we
Monday.
talk about it every week.
Yeah,
but specifically, go ahead and bring this
it's
one
like
up.
I run the open mic every Monday, and there's a couple comedians on the scene where, like, I don't know, they maybe have a good night somewhere, and then they have, like, this, like, level of, like, clout that they want to be on. Mm-hmm. And they be like, hey, man, I know I'm not on the bump list, but if anyone bombs tonight, you could put me up and, I can help out. I was like, what? If I can have 2 bombs in a row? Like, I don't need you, dickhead. Like, like, get out of here. Like,
well,
you're not.
You run it. For
what are we,
people,
Dave Chappelle? Get out of here.
For people who don't understand, when you have an open mic or a showcase going on, you got your list of people performing. Then if you're running that night, a lot of times you'll get like traveling comics or friends or shit like that who show up and they're like, hey, man, can I grab a few minutes? And if you have the time, you, of course, want to accommodate them. That being said, everybody who runs a mic has like different rules about, or I guess not rules, but more like feelings.
Yeah.
Like when I'm running a mic, if I got people who were there last week and didn't get up and now they're back this week, they're my priority.
Right.
I'm getting them up. I hate when people come out 2 weeks in a row. You should be able to hit the stage. That being said, you got guys who just feel like they're God's gift to comedy. So if they're in a room, they get stage time.
And they don't have
And
any.
then what they do? They end up going up and doing the same fucking 5 minutes that they do on their
or they
weekend
bomb
shows.
because they want to do new jokes.
Yeah. Either way. But then there's always some reason I'll let someone up. Like, dude, I've known you. You've been in the game forever. Or, okay, you're a shitty comic, but I do a podcast with you. Or...
Son of a bitch. All right, you got to slide that in there?
or just, okay, there's different... or, man, you're a national touring comic. You want to swing by and do an hour on my show? You can do an hour if you're, like, a big name or something like that. But then there's the guys who have been doing, they can barely get on an open mic as it is, but then they swing in and want to be like, get me up now.
Well, they have a good show, and then they feel like they're God's gift.
Yeah.
So that's what happens.
Or they have horrible shows, and they still feel like they're God's gift.
Yeah.
Or they see other people get bumped in, and they go, how come I can't be bumped
in? Right.
Well, because I started doing comedy with that guy 15 years ago.
They don't get it.
And I still don't know what your first name is.
Yeah. Dude, we had a comedian last night. He's from Boston. His name's Ethan. He's in a wheelchair.
Oh.
So he's like, hey, can I get some people to help me up on stage?
So he'll never pocket car.
No, he'll never pocket car. But he goes,
Hey, it's late show. That was a shitty ass. Okay.
He goes
Can I
up.
get some people to lift me up?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't have a handicap around.
No,
like
not at
your
all.
Showcase.
So he goes up. He does very well.
Nice.
He's a really good comic.
What a gimmick.
So then he goes, all right, guys, good night. So we all kind of go up to get him. He goes, I got this shit. And he bunny hops off the stage in the wheelchair like X Games.
Wow.
The whole place loses their
Goes
shit.
nuts.
They're like, ah.
And you don't have this on tape.
No, not at all.
God damn it.
We're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Now let's see you get back up.
Yeah, the bartender, everyone's just like, what the F was that?
Oh, man, I wish I'd seen
Dude, he
that.
literally just picked the wheelchair up and bunny hop.
Yeah.
Like Super Mario Kart and then landed and then rolled out.
Now I need to know if he's doing crazy shit like that, what caused him into a wheelchair in the first place? Because he
Jumping
seems
off
like
stage.
I'm not gonna having no legs prevent me from making. He was probably one of those parkour guys that was taking pictures hanging on to like scaffoldings 180,000 feet above.
What if that was like his signature move? If he signed off his set, he would jump off stage and do like kind of like a move in the air.
That's what I
And then
want.
he'd land and his legs cracked.
I want to do a documentary on the only wheelchair parkour guy.
Dude, he was so parkour. He was so he was a wheelchair
I want to do.
Spider-Man.
It's going to be two parts. It's going to be one guy who's really good at it and one guy who's just starting out. Can't do shit in a wheelchair.
Dude,
That's wrong to laugh at, but man, I'd watch the shit out
I
of that.
wish I had that on tape. Fuck, man.
We need to call him. We'll get this video.
Dude, he
parkour
was
thing
funny
going.
too, man. He was
Yeah.
funny and son of a bitch jumped off that thing like ninja, man.
So is he just passing through, or
He has like, I guess he has his work. No, it is. They have like a work conference thing. He's here
Yeah.
in town, blah, 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 blah.
cool?
So, yeah. But
I'll have
anyways,
to check him out.
yeah, man. But that's our show. That's
All
our
right.
podcast.
Let's go watch some Avengers.
If you guys hanged all the way till the end, thank you guys for watching. As always, you can catch us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You can hear us on Spotify, iTunes, and Podbean. You can check our Patreon account. You get to hear the website. You get to hear the episode a day earlier, and you get to get some exclusive stuff.
And check me out next week at the Orlando Improv on Wednesday the 7th.
Oh, yeah, me too. I'm hosting.
Right after that, I'll be at Champions Gate and Davenport. This week, I'll be at the Dog House in Daytona Beach Thursday and Friday. And Saturday, I'll be at Center Lake Park in Oviedo. Where I won't be is at Eugene Torres' wedding, apparently.
It's in September.
I'm busy.
Well, with that said, I'll see you guys later. Adios.
Take care. Love you.